What is up, you guys? I wanted to come to you guys with this video today on my thoughts and opinions on Gunner Stockton committing to Georgia. Now, I'm a Georgia homer. I love my Georgia Bulldogs. I am a big Georgia Bulldogs fan. I love Georgia Bulldogs sports. I'm a big fan of the University of Georgia. I'm a Georgia Bulldog fan. I'm a homer for my Georgia Bulldogs. But, you know, my thoughts on Gunner Stockton coming to Georgia and committing to Georgia, I don't see the upside of this. I don't see how it works. I don't think he will stick to Georgia. I really don't. I don't see Gunner Stockton sticking to Georgia. I really don't. I think he will transfer out because Georgia's never had any luck with dual threat quarterbacks. Look at Justin Fields. Justin Fields played a few snaps at Georgia. What happened? He was wasted. Where did he go? He went to Ohio State. And he did really well at Ohio State. I mean, we wasted Justin Fields. Now, is this going to be another disaster like we had with Justin Fields? Now that Gunner Stockton has come to Georgia and has committed to Georgia, I think this is going to be one of the biggest disasters in Georgia history if this guy doesn't play a snap. Now, if Gunner Stockton does not play a snap at Georgia, I think this will be a disaster because Georgia has a chance to mold this guy. Georgia has a chance to give this guy all the chances in the world to see what this guy can do for our football team. Will he turn our season around? We'll have to wait and see about that. Can Gunner Stockton be the quarterback that we've always wanted? Possibly. Gunner Stockton could possibly be the quarterback that Georgia's always wanted and always had thoughts about. But I just don't see how Gunner Stockton is going to stick to Georgia during all this, because knowing what Georgia has done with dual threat quarterbacks in the past, I don't see how Gunner Stockton is going to be like, you know what, this is where I want to be. Now, do I think Gunner Stockton... Guys, forgive me about that. Now, do I think Gunner Stockton gets to play snaps at Georgia? I don't see Gunner Stockton getting any snaps at Georgia. It's going to be really, really tough for Gunner Stockton to get any snaps at Georgia between him, Brock Vandagriff, and JT Daniels. I don't see how this is going to work with, Gunner Stockton being the third quarterback here. Do I think Gunner Stockton is going to start for Georgia? No. I think he's going to redshirt. I think he will redshirt going into 2022. I think that will be the option for him. I don't think Vandagriff is starting either. I don't see that happening. I think JT Daniels is going to be your starting quarterback at the University of Georgia. I think Gunner Stockton is going to be behind JT Daniels, Vandagriff, and I think Gunner Stockton is going to be behind Vandagriff and JT Daniels. I think that's going to happen. So I don't see why Gunner Stockton would commit. I don't see why Gunner Stockton would commit to Georgia, knowing what they've done in the past with dual threat quarterbacks. Look at Justin Fields. This is just for example. Look at what Georgia done to Justin Fields. Justin Fields played just a few snaps at Georgia, and then that was it. Justin Fields was in and out at Georgia. He took a few snaps, played a few downs, and then he was out of there. Is this going to be another Justin Fields situation where Gunner Stockton sits on the bench behind Vandagriff and JT Daniels? I don't know. We'll have to wait and see when football we'll have to wait and see when football rolls around to see what happens with the quarterback scramble at Georgia between Vandegrift, Gunner, and JT Daniels. Now, I think JT, I think Gunner is going to be the third string quarterback in case either Vandegrift or JT goes down at Georgia. I see that being the case. Do I think Gunner is going to be a starting quarterback at Georgia? No, I really don't. I don't think he's going to be starting anytime soon at Georgia. Would I like to see Gunner Stockton? Would I like to see Gunner playing? Would I like to see him get a few snaps at Georgia? Absolutely. I would love to see what this. I would love to see what this dude can do with a football. I want to see what he can do, but I'm just not thrilled with this. I'm not thrilled with Gunner coming to Georgia. I'm not really thrilled with it. I agree with South Carolina Jackpot. I agree with him fully. I think this is going to be a disaster. I think this is going to be the biggest Georgia disaster in history for Gunner coming to Georgia and committing to Georgia, knowing of what they've done with dual threat quarterbacks in the past, as in Justin Fields. So I don't see how this works with Gunner being at Georgia. I don't see any upside to it. Even though I love my Georgia Bulldogs, don't get me wrong, I'm a homer for my Georgia Bulldogs, and I fully agree with Carolina Jackpot. I agree with this dude fully. I think this is going to be a really big mistake if Georgia does not play Gunner. I don't. I mean, if Georgia doesn't play Gunner and get him a few snaps, I think he's out of there. I think he goes elsewhere. Does he go to Auburn? Maybe. Does he go to Bama? Possibly. I mean, he could go to either one of those. He could. I mean, who knows what he could do? I mean, he could go anywhere. But my biggest opinion on this, on Gunner Stockton committing to Georgia, is I want to see what this kid has. I want to see what this dude can do. I want to see him play a few snaps at Georgia. If he gets the snaps that he deserves, hey, take the gloves off, let him do what he has to do. But if Gunner Stockton does not play a snap at the University of Georgia, Georgia is going to hear more than what they've already heard already, because they've already wasted one 5-star dual threat quarterback in Justin Fields. We wasted that. We can't do this a second time. We can't do this with Gunner Stockton again the second time. If Gunner Stockton commits to Georgia, he needs to get snaps. He needs to play a down. We need to see what this kid can do. I mean, if this kid can run the offense for Georgia, let him run the offense. He's a 5-star dual threat quarterback. Let this kid play. Let him get some experience. Let him take some snaps. But if Gunner Stockton does not get any snaps at Georgia, the University of Georgia fans are going to be upset, because it's going to lead to the same thing that happened with Justin Fields. It's going to happen again, and it's going to be another uproar, because we already wasted Justin Fields. Look at the Justin Fields situation. Justin Fields played maybe what? 1 or 2, 3 snaps at Georgia, and then he was gone. Justin Fields only played a couple snaps at Georgia. He was out the door. Gunner Stockton coming to Georgia and committing to Georgia, I think, is a real big mistake, because look at what Georgia has done in the past with 5-star dual threat quarterbacks. I think Gunner Stockton does not fare well at Georgia. I don't see him faring well in the race for the quarterback position. I don't think Gunner Stockton is going to fare well for being the quarterback at Georgia. I really don't. I think he decommits. I think he goes to Alabama, possibly Auburn, possibly maybe LSU, maybe back to South Carolina. Who knows? He could go back. He could decommit and go anywhere. But I want to see Gunner Stockton taking snaps at Georgia. I want to see this kid play downs. I want to see him run the Georgia offense. And if that doesn't happen with Gunnar Stockton running that Georgia offense, I think Georgia fans are going to be really, really upset because you've had one chance. You've had the chance with the first go around with Justin Fields. You cannot waste this opportunity again with Gunnar Stockton. You cannot waste this experience again. You cannot let this kid sit on the bench and just not give him any playing time. Georgia needs to build around Gunnar Stockton. They need to build the offense around him. If this kid has an arm, let him play. If he has experience, take the gloves off, let him go. But I'm telling you right now, and I agree with South Carolina. I agree with Carolina Jackpot. If this kid does not play if Gunnar Stockton does not play a snap at Georgia, I think he's out the door. So I don't see Gunnar Stockton staying at Georgia. I really don't. I think he decommits and goes elsewhere. I mean I don't see what Georgia does with Gunnar Stockton here. I don't see what they do with him. I really don't. I'm not thrilled about the Georgia Bulldogs having him because of what they did with Justin Fields. Now, could it be a better story this time around with Gunnar Stockton? Maybe. Maybe it could be a big turnaround. Maybe he could help the team like nobody can. Maybe this guy can run the offense and has the arm that, that can get us to where we need to go. But if Gunnar Stockton does not play a snap at Georgia, you're going to hear a big uproar. You're going to hear a big uproar from the Georgia fans if Gunnar Stockton does not play a snap at the University of Georgia this year. You're going to hear a lot of upset Georgia fans because look at what you did with Justin Fields. Justin Fields could have been that dude for Georgia. He could have been that guy. What did you do? You wasted him away. Justin Fields got no playing time. He got maybe maybe 3 to 4 snaps. He was out the door. And he was at Ohio State. So, guys, I just wanted to come to you guys today with this video on my thoughts and opinions on Gunnar Stockton decommitting from South Carolina and committing to Georgia. The guy's a 5-star dual threat quarterback. I don't see how this works with Gunnar Stockton at Georgia. I don't see how it works. I don't think he plays a snap at Georgia. I really don't. But because you got Brock Vandagriff and you got JT Daniels. So I don't see how Gunnar Stockton is going to get any playing time at Georgia between those two quarterbacks. I really don't. I mean, even though I love my Georgia Bulldogs, I'm a Georgia homer. I just don't see Gunnar Stockton staying committed to Georgia. I really don't. So, guys, here's my thoughts on the Gunnar Stockton situation and him decommitting from Georgia. And I mean him. Here's my thoughts on the Gunnar Stockton situation about him decommitting from South Carolina and committing to the University of Georgia. So, thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video about my thoughts and opinions on Gunnar Stockton decommitting from the university So I hope you guys enjoyed this video about Gunnar Stockton and enjoyed my thoughts and opinions on Gunnar Stockton decommitting from the University of South Carolina and committing to my Georgia Bulldogs. Hope you guys enjoyed the video on my thoughts and opinions on Gunnar Stockton. I hope you guys loved this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. You guys make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe. And thank you guys for watching. I really do appreciate it. Hit that notification bell. And yeah, guys, so this has been my thoughts on Gunnar Stockton committing to Georgia and decommitting from the University of South Carolina. Gunnar Stockton is a 5-star dual threat quarterback that committed to Georgia and decommitted from the University of South Carolina. So we'll see what happens with Gunnar Stockton. We'll see what happens with him at the University of Georgia when football season rolls around. And until then, thank you guys for watching this video on my thoughts and opinions on Gunnar Stockton committing to Georgia. So thank you guys for watching. You guys have a good day. I love you guys. You boys out, man.